was just watching a video about the GATE program, the CIA program about going into other dimensions. They dropped these, they made them available. I think it was back in 2017 at their website. It caused kind of a ripple in the schizo community, you know. Everybody looked at them. I looked at them too. There was this guy I was watching at the time that kind of went through all of it and like put some bullet points together about what they were doing and what they had, and it wasn't all that interesting to me. I mean, it was just confirmation for a lot of stuff. So I was watching a video tonight of a guy going over it again, what they had, and I did not know that what they determined in these tests that they were doing on people is that it confirmed another thing that I say all the time. Excuse me. And that is that when you're dreaming, you're out of your body. When you're in REM sleep, you're out. You're not in your body anymore. Now, what we are is the electromagnetic energy that's in our body. These bodies are just antennas that we broadcast our frequency to, that allow us to move around in this 3D area. I'm gonna try to light this fucking thing again, sorry. Hang on. Last time I'm trying. So, and every time I talk about dreams, in the early days of this channel here, I used to do a lot of dream experiments. None of them turned out good. You know, I was trying to really lean into the metaphysical science side of the bio description by doing these like experiments, you know. And dreaming was one of the big ones that I used to go in for, and I'd try to do all this different fucked up shit. Like years ago, I would lucid dream almost every night, like constantly, as always lucid dreaming. Then like about, I don't know, within the last 10 years, that kind of changed for me, where I really don't anymore. And the closest I come is kind of an awareness that I can control what's happening around me, but not that I am a dreamer in another realm. And these are other realms. These are not, because they, you know, like I said, you're out of your body. Dreams have always been explained to us, they're little movies that your mind creates. That's horseshit. That's not how that it works at all. You're traveling to other places. When I go to some of these other places, they look like a real place, and they function like a real place, and the people I meet there are definitely not of my own creation. Sometimes they look like people I may have known, but it's almost like they're using that skin, or there's like in a video game, like a skin over other players in this dream that may look like people you know. I gotta run to the store here. I'll be right out. You stay connected by a little thin cord that comes out of your navel. Whether this has something to do with the umbilical cord, maybe, I don't know, but that's what happens. And you float generally half your height. So if you're 6 feet tall, you're gonna be 3 feet away from that point, from your whatever point of origin, and you just kind of hang there. But what you're doing is, when you're hanging there, is you're going into different, I don't know what you'd call them actually, different frequencies, I imagine. Not, yeah, I don't know. I guess it'd be frequencies, dimensional frequencies, places where you can actually inhabit. Like I said before, it gets kind of hard when you're talking about dimensions, because it's different in physics than it is in geometry, and you're talking about a place that you're inhabiting even though you're not, because there's no physical space you have to be in, because you don't take up any physical space, but you're just for the conversation's sake, you're moving into an area, another area. And these places are persistent, meaning they keep going when you leave them. I've had many times I return to the same place I've been before, and I've talked about recently how one of these places was an old house I used to live in years ago, and when I would go there, it was being worked on by like workers. And this went on a couple times, going back there in dreams. And then one time when I went, it was done. All the scaffolding was cleared and the house was spaced. And so it had been being worked on in that time. The people that you meet, although sometimes it will look like people you know, I don't know what that is. I think it's like, it feels to me like they're just skins, like I was saying, like maybe there's some reason that they look like people you know, but they're not creations of yours. They're completely independent. I remember being aware of that too. Like there was one night I was dreaming that I was traveling somewhere, and I got picked up like a hitchhiking thing. I hitchhiked and I got in this guy's car, and he was bringing me up to this mall I was going to, or this drop-off center, and he was late for work. And I remember thinking, like, I don't know what exactly the thoughts were, but I was noting how he's got his own thing going on, like how he's an individual and he has a history and a whole. He's not something I created, you know, and that's what all the things are that populate your dreams. Like none of these things and these people that you're dealing with come from your mind. They're just there. They're always there. And I found like it feels like, anyway to me, that when you're in these dream zones, wherever you are, whoever you're with, there's like something you have to solve, even if it's ridiculous. Like you have to take the pie to the fucking, you gotta fly this pie to the Sky Island, where the fuck it is. There's something you have to do, like you know, and then the side quests. It's almost like here, it's like a puzzle and a quest and things you have to do. And I've noticed sometimes when it's not happening for me, they'll change the environment, but they'll keep the same goal. Like I still have to put the thing in the thing, but now I'm on a train instead of in a yard. Like it'll change the scenery to try to get me to be able to complete what I'm supposed to complete. It's really weird. It's like a test. It's just like this place, like a test area, except it feels like more condensed. And when you're there, you're more like you are in your normal state, because you're normally where you are. Really, it's just a frequency, your energy. So you don't have a body to worry about. You don't have to worry about your arms and legs or joints or anything that hurt. That's why when you're dreaming, you don't feel any of that. You don't feel any kind of way. You just move around how you want. When you want something, it's in your hand, you know. And yeah, you can sometimes look at hands or look at body parts, and other people look like their bodies, but you don't. You don't have anything. You know, it always feels, you never feel your body. I just thought that was interesting. I know the CIA hit upon that. When I first started delving into researching dreams, that was one of the first things that I came up with. Not because, you know, I'm smarter than the CIA or anything, even though I definitely am. It would just seem to be a logical conclusion with the way dreams work. Or to me it was, at least. That, you know, you have to be out of your body. Now, why do they want you out of your body? Because some kind of process happens when you're out of your body that you can't be in your body for. We only have to dream to get us out of the body. It's not like the other way around. Because there's something that goes on with your body that you can't be in it for. And I believe it's the refitting of the screen, the tethering you this reality. Because we notice people that stay up for days, whether it's by drugs or whatever, they start seeing things, seeing people, or talking to people and seeing other places. Those aren't made up by their imagination. Just like dreams, they're seeing into other frequencies, other realms, whatever the fuck you want to call it. These people in these places are real, and they're seeing them. That's what happens, and that's why they when you get tired, it's not because of physical exertion. Because there are people that, and I've done it myself, you're only in bed all day, and then midnight comes, you're like, I'm tired. You didn't do anything to make yourself tired. Why are you tired? Because you've got to that time where your body's like, all right, unless we get him down and work on his body, whatever we're doing, he's going to start becoming unattached from this reality, from this frequency, and that's what happens. Crazy shit, man. I'd go more into it, but it started raining, and I don't want to stand in the rain. It'll ruin my hairdo. But yeah, I'm gonna listen more to this video, and maybe there'll be some stuff in there too that I can talk about, because it's endlessly fascinating. It's funny how, like, it reminds me a little bit of the Mandela effect. It's like this very, very insane kind of thing that happens in our world, and no one seems to like to spend much time on it. I do. It's like, fuck, it's more important than these things. I mean, to us, to the robots, it's fucking whatever, a Super Bowl. The time Pizza Hut closes, But you gotta treat them like they're, normal people. You gotta treat them the way you want to be treated. Because if there is still a test here, as I always say, it's not about passing or failing or winning or losing. You can't beat the beast. But it's your behavior that is what's going to be looked at, or is being looked at. So always treat people good. Treat them like you want to be treated. Even if they are fucking soulless automatons. Don't blame the teacher. Blame the school.